Hey there, friends. Good evening. We are streaming First Alert Weather Plus this evening. Time now is 7:31. It started just a moment ago. Here to give you an update on the weather. Also, just talk about the forecast. If you have any weather questions, comments, concerns, this is a great place to chat. Specifically, if you're streaming on YouTube, that's one place where we can converse. You ask your weather question, I'll monitor the stream, and I'll give you a holler back. Or if you are streaming on Roku, Fire Stick, on a traditional TV, or maybe on your phone, you can always just hop out of the stream on your phone or just pick up your phone, if you're on the couch or whatever, and shoot us a text, 470-777-WANF. That's 470-777-9263. Going to go ahead and pop that up on the screen here for you as we get started, let folks join. Here is the number that you can text, First Alert Weather Day or not. And we do have a new First Alert Weather Day, not a risk of severe weather, relatively low impacts, but a big temperature change to keep an eye on a little bit later this week. That'll have you reaching for the coats after spending a Wednesday in short sleeves. Again, if you have weather questions, 470-777-WANF. Going to go ahead and get to temperatures outside right now, pretty pleasant. And again, if you joined this stream a little late, want to remind you that you can always come back out of the stream and maybe hop back in once we're concluded if you want to watch it from beginning to end, and that stream will live forever on YouTube. That's a place you can watch. Just go to Atlanta News First on YouTube, and the stream, even after we're done being live, will still exist there on the YouTube account. Current temperatures right now, a little chilly up in the mountains, low to mid-50s, 53 now more North Metro, so that cooling trend has begun. Looking out of our newsroom window, still a little bit of sunshine out there, though quickly approaching sunset, in fact, technically about there. But the temperature will drop off pretty significantly here over the next little bit, but for the time being, just enough sun up to keep that temperature, at least as of last hour, about 35 minutes ago at Hartsfield-Jackson, up above 60 degrees, or right at 60, should say. In fact, I can pull up the latest data. City of Atlanta, official climate site, our thermometer for the city is located at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, and even though the official number was taken a little bit ago, about 6:53 in the evening, the current temperature has fallen a degree back down to 59. So that process has begun. Sun angle's getting lower. We're basically at sunset, and now chilly weather will take hold of the forecast as we get a little bit deeper into the evening. Speaking of, hour by hour, going to walk you deeper into the evening. Again, no weather woes, no concerns. Going to be a pretty pleasant evening across North Georgia and Metro Atlanta. Here, bear with me while I pull up the right graphic here. In case you're wondering what I'm scrolling on, looking at our weather computer here, and hundreds of graphics. I want to make sure I pick the right one for you. But in general, mostly clear. Temperatures tumbling. We managed 62 today. But now that the sun has set, the same setup, clear sky, low humidity, that let temperatures warm so significantly this afternoon, those same two ingredients will have the opposite effect. As we go deeper into the evening, temperatures will cool rather quickly. Again, here is that hour-by-hour forecast, which you can grab at any time at AtlantaNewsFirst.com. Even more convenient if you're on the go. First Alert Weather app. Just search Atlanta News First or First Alert Weather in your app or Google Play Store. Depending on where you are, probably the best search in your app or Google Play Store would be to do Atlanta News First, so it doesn't pick up any of our sister stations or anything like that. And it will pop up. It's a little orange icon like that. It says First Alert Weather. It's a free and easy download, and you will always have an updated hour-by-hour forecast in the palm of your hand. Do notice how temperatures cool quickly. Lower 50s at 9 p.m., upper 40s midnight. And then we're back into the upper 30s and lower 40s out the door tomorrow morning. So a chilly start. No surprise there. It was kind of chilly this morning with the breeze. Tomorrow morning, much the same, though maybe not quite as breezy. And because temperatures are going to be quite chilly tonight, the sky is clear, less of a wind, I think we're going to see some frost develop overnight tonight. Maybe not in the city of Atlanta with a low of around 41, Midtown, downtown, down to Hartsfield-Jackson, but some of our near north and east neighborhoods, Brookhaven, Chamblee, Buckhead, Druid Hills, some of these spots could wake up to some frost tomorrow morning, even with the temperature well above freezing in the upper 30s to right around 40 degrees. LaGrange, though, very close to freezing. Forecast low tomorrow morning, 33. Right at freezing in Rome, 32. Upper 20s in Blairsville. That's a hard freeze, technically. You'll be sitting there for a couple of hours, so hard freeze up in some of our highest of elevation, mountain neighborhoods and communities. The rest of us, most of us, mid to upper 30s in the core of the city, with all of that pavement kind of hanging on to what warmth we did have this afternoon. It's going to keep things a little warmer in the core of the city. Keep in mind, we're not there long. I know that's winter coat weather, 20s and 30s out the door in the morning, but tomorrow afternoon we're soaring back into the mid-70s in the city of Atlanta. Even our mountain communities in the 70s, and we can't rule out some upper 70s on the maps tomorrow afternoon. Case in point, here's a look at afternoon forecast. High temperatures tomorrow: 77 in Rome, upper 70s, 76 in Atlanta. That was for the official, the core of the city. Some of us a little cooler, 74, 75. Most, though, in that middle 70s range, 74, 75, 76. Eatonton, 76, mid-70s. Thomaston, our mountain communities. This is what's crazy. Blairsville's going to wake up to a temperature in the upper 20s. You'll wind up in the upper 60s to near 70 in the afternoon. Keep in mind, Helen, LJ, slightly lower elevation depending on exactly where you are in these communities, these neighborhoods. But still, you're going to wake up to a temperature around freezing, and you're going to wind up in the 70s in the afternoon. You can think two things, so same two ingredients for that. Very dry air, chapped lips, getting a shock when you open the door or pulling the gas nozzle to gas up the car, and the fact that we have so much sunshine in the forecast. It's kind of like California, like desert type weather, where it gets chilly at night, and then very quickly the same setup allows for temperatures to warm very quickly through the afternoon hours. And if you're watching on YouTube, the little text that is attached to this post, roller coaster temperatures in the forecast, meaning we're going to warm up big time, and then we're going to get much chillier in the forecast going into the middle of the week, more so Wednesday night into Thursday. So no first alert weather day. Gorgeous weather tomorrow, gorgeous weather Wednesday, also some decent weather for the Braves that are taking on the Yankees. It's an evening game down in South Florida. Spring training still underway, but if you're in Metro Atlanta, you can still watch that game on Peachtree TV, Atlanta CW. And if you're outside of Metro Atlanta, away from North Georgia, you just happen to be on the stream and you're a Braves fan, just go to bravesongray.com and you can see where locally you are best fit to watch the Braves take on the Yankees. First official day of spring. Again, meteorological spring kicked in March 1st, but when we're talking about seasons and the sun's relation to the earth and tilt and who is, seeing what season and whatnot, the classic version of spring, definition of spring, that is Thursday. And then Friday, we're back in the 60s. So ironic here, front moves through early Thursday morning, couple of rain showers, little bursts of rain, may only last 10 to 15 minutes, and then a much chillier day. So we're going to wake up to temperatures, early in the morning. If you're up 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, trying to get into your shift, wake up to temperatures in the 60s. But by the time you're leaving that shift, heading to the afternoon, you're back in the 50s, and it's going to be very windy on our Thursday. So we just want to give you the first alert, the heads up that it's going to be kind of roller coaster weather. If you have students, kiddos that typically leave early in the morning, Wednesday morning still chilly, but we're up to 80 in the afternoon, so short sleeves Wednesday afternoon, but Thursday afternoon we're back to jackets. And that 56 will feel colder with some really gusty winds, gusting 30 to 40 miles an hour back in the forecast for our Thursday. Hour by hour, let's walk you through that rain chance, of course, before the big cool down. Brief little shot at rain, no real risk of severe weather. It's not going to last long. I don't even think it's a huge impact to the morning commute. But here we are, 7 p.m. Tuesday, so tomorrow evening, about this time, pretty quiet. Early Wednesday morning, we're still quiet, we're dry. No issues. Again, you're not seeing any greens, yellows, nor reds on this map. So it is absolutely dry. Maybe a few clouds, but it is absolutely dry. As we get into Wednesday evening, dinner time, and then afterward, notice a few showers up in north central Alabama. That's the front moving through. Much like this last system, everything moving in from the north and west, traveling to the south and east. However, this system will not have the ingredients in play like the last couple to produce severe weather across North Georgia as it looks right now. And we don't anticipate any huge changes to that line of thinking, to the general setup. So hour by hour, notice how the wee hours of Thursday morning, showers getting close to the state line. We have Cleburne, Randolph counties, a thin little band. It may be heavy, but thin little band of rain moving through. Perhaps a couple rumbles of thunder. We'll take you back here, completing that timeline. Possibly into the metro, 4, 5, 6 a.m. Little burst of rain moving through, enough to make puddles. So if you're an early commuter, could have, 20 minutes of heavy rain that slows you down a bit. But by the time most are out the door and commuting, 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, dry in Atlanta. Could even have peaks of sunshine that quickly after the rain stops. Speaking of which, Kelly Brown on YouTube saying she loves the sunshine, loves sunny weather. Plenty of that today, more tomorrow, more Wednesday. Thursday, we're going to probably wake up to some clouds. We're tracking rain here in the forecast Thursday morning. And then sun and clouds as we get into Thursday afternoon. And we're just talking windy weather, falling temperatures, a chilly Thursday across North Georgia and Metro Atlanta. So that's why we put that first alert weather day, just to give you the extra heads up and to put emphasis on that one day in the first alert forecast, because we're going to go from 80 degrees back into the 50s with a gusty wind, so very chilly. You're going to want the coats once again. Kelly Brown saying only want sunny. Unfortunately, we're just the messengers, and no matter what order you give, unfortunately, this kitchen is closed. Mom Nature is kind of the boss there, so we will get sunshine tomorrow. We will have sunshine Wednesday. Pause in that warm-up on our Thursday with a morning line of rain, little thin line, won't last long, but briefly heavy moving through, and then cold Friday morning, even the city of Atlanta back in the 30s, back in the 60s, a little bit warmer than Thursday afternoon for Friday afternoon. Once again, Braves game Saturday. You can watch it on Peachtree TV if you're streaming across North Georgia. Back to 72 Saturday, lower 70s Sunday, lower 70s Monday. Another front in there somewhere, possibly Monday into Tuesday, and then cooler again, but nothing too crazy in the First Alert forecast. I want to thank you for tuning in and for watching this First Alert weather stream. Not seeing too many questions out there. Kelly, thanks for chatting with us. Appreciate the stream. Want to remind you that First Alert meteorologist Patrick Pete is back on Atlanta News First on Peachtree TV. That's Atlanta CW channel tonight at 10 p.m. An updated First Alert forecast, and then he'll be joined by First Alert Chief Meteorologist Jennifer Valdez tonight at 11 p.m. on Atlanta News First, WANF, walking through this next First Alert weather day and the big temperature roller coaster that lies ahead for the next several days. Have a great evening.